what dreams coming true feels like. Shabana Azmi, you're next to me. You will have to excuse me for being all starry-eyed today.
I'm very interested in human beings. I'm very interested in all manner of people. I think there are great confusions about what feminism means. But why put so much pressure on the woman? Why does she have to be a superwoman where she does everything? आप लोगों को लड़कियों को ये बात पसंद भी नहीं आई. मतलब मैं तो समझी सबसे ज़्यादा खुशी आपको इसी बात से होगी. Women tend to identify themselves in terms of the relationships they have. All the money that my father was earning was being given over to the Communist Party, and he had only 40 rupees to bring up his family. I think I've been lucky at being at the right place at the right time, honestly. And so Shyam Benegal and Ankur happened, and then there was no looking back. Gender bias exists, that we are a deeply patriarchal society. What do you mean men are not allowed to cry?
Yeah.
Men are not allowed to show emotions. Why? And then she said, what are you doing? I said, I'm ironing Javed's kurta. And you call yourself a feminist? I said, excuse me?
You know, we sowed a seed, which was a small single city radio show. It grew into a movement, a national show. And today, therefore, is a night of celebration, a night of inspiration, a night of sparkle. Guys, when we were thinking of putting this show together, we wanted to invite someone who has inspired us all across generations. And I have to say that there was just one unanimous choice. We could not think beyond her, and I am currently starstruck because she is in our midst. I'm talking about the one and only Shabana Azmi, our guest of honor and our keynote speaker. Shabana ji, we'd be honored to have you here on stage with us. So जब शबाना जी से बात हो रही थी, I said, Shabana ji, we only want to listen to you. She said, no, that would be so boring. I said, for whom? We are here for you, but I think what she wants me to do is nudge her a little. So I'll do very little talking. I'll just be here, and honestly, Shabana ji, we are all here for you. Okay, amazing. You guys are here. It's a packed house, and I want to acknowledge all those who are tuned in live. We're streaming live on the Fever FM official YouTube channel. And this is what dreams coming true feels like. Shabana Azmi, you're next to me. You will have to excuse me for being all starry-eyed today. But I'm going to start with something very basic. Okay, जब मैं आपके लिए questions लिखने लगी, I just want to know, how do you keep going? How do you make every generation and everyone fall in love with you? You're so unapologetically you, whether your choices in cinema, your choices in life, everything that you stand for. You're one of the most articulate actors, one of the most articulate artists we have around. How do you manage to do all of that?
Thank you. Thank you for those beautiful words. You know, I learned very early in life that for an actor, her resource base should be life itself. You should be connected with life. Only then do you expand the experience of being who you are. And that necessarily makes me very interested in people. I'm very interested in human beings. I'm very interested in all manner of people. What happens in the process is that the more you get to know, the more empathy that you have for the characters. And I think that's what expands you so that you can experience life at its fullest. So I think that would be the short answer for that.
No, we're here for all the long answers, trust me. Okay, I'm going to straight dive into the conversation that I had with you when I met you for Dabba Cartel. And I said, Shabana ji, you say that you're a feminist and you say it loud and proud. And sometimes I wonder how younger actors, there are so many of those who hesitate a little. If you ask them, are you a feminist? They say, but, एक but आ जाता है. What would you like to say to people who still somewhere do not understand what
I think
this
there are
word
great
means?
confusions about what feminism means. And the minute you talk about feminist, you start thinking of the bra burning woman of the 50s and the 60s. And you think that it means an anti men stance, which is completely wrong. It is completely wrong. It is about everybody getting equal opportunity, irrespective of gender. It's as simple as that, and there are no hard and fast rules about how this can be done or how that can be done. But let me tell you that for me, a superwoman is popularly super because she looks after her home, she looks after her kids, she looks after her business, she does all that very well. And I think that's super. But why put so much pressure on the woman? Why does she have to be a superwoman where she does everything while others sit round and take the benefit of it? I think to be a superwoman, you have to make friends and delegate responsibilities. You have to build partnerships. You have to then have a support system around you who is so well clued into what you're wanting that they are able to share a lot of your work so you can really concentrate on the main thing rather than say, as a woman, I have to be perfect in every single thing myself. No pressure for that.
That's very nicely put. You know, ma'am, like I'm going to be repeating.
आप लोगों को लड़कियों को ये बात पसंद भी नहीं आई मतलब मैं तो समझी सबसे ज़्यादा खुश आपको इसी बात से होगी अरे कमाल
Thank you so much for saying that. मुझे लगता है ये ऑडियंस एक्चुअली थोड़ी स्टार स्ट्रक हो गई है तो ये मंत्रमुग्ध आपको देख रहे हैं बट जैसे कि मैम ने खुद बोला आई थिंक तालियों में कंजूसी बिल्कुल नहीं होनी चाहिए. Okay, you're speaking to a fan. I stalk you. I also stalk you on social media. Ma'am, don't be scared. I only stalk you on social media. And I see, like you said I'm interested in all sorts of people. I love life. And that comes through in the way you dress up, in the way your eyes light up when we talk about food. And the photographs that I see, and this is across age groups, younger actors, older actors, you're meeting them, female friendships. I mean, we talk about it and we talk about how important that is, and one actually gets to witness it on your page. Tell me what role have women played in your life, and who is your superwoman, yeah, or someone who's inspired you?
Well, there are lots of people. The one that I would give the first credit to is my mother, Shaukat Kefi, because she was a super wife. She was a super mother, but she was also a super actress. And she kept a super house. And what I found so interesting is a couple of days before she passed away, I said, Mummy, what is the aspect of your life that gives you the greatest satisfaction? Is it of being the best wife or the best mother or the best housekeeper? What is it that you feel satisfied? And she said, my acting career. And I was so moved by this, that here was a woman. You see, what happens is women tend to identify themselves in terms of the relationships they have. So if they're a successful wife or a successful mother or a successful daughter, they feel, all right, I'm a good person. Men identify themselves through the work that they do, not how they are as husbands or sons or fathers. That is important, but that is an add-on. So it's very important that women also start identifying themselves as the person they are and they want to be. I think that's important rather than being somebody else's. So if you want to do something, and you want to do it, okay, you haven't done it till 40. Suddenly at 40 you decide that you want to do painting. Now the rest of the house will say, isko kya hua? Aaj tak isne kuch nahi kiya. Now she's spending all her time at painting. Something has happened that has prepared her to have that. उसकी मिट्टी गीली हो गई कि ये एक नई चीज़ करना चाह रही है. तो encourage it.
Yeah.
Maybe she won't be a genius, but encourage it. Because she's done so much for everybody else. She wants to do something for herself. Please encourage her the whole lot.
Amazing. You know, all of us who are in this room, we must acknowledge our privilege. Shabana ji, you come from a family that I think in so many ways made you who you are. Kefi Saab, Shaukat ji, the education, the upbringing that you got, it has made you this well-rounded personality. You are not just another actor. You stand for something. You have your foundation that you passionately work for. I just want you to speak to us about your growing up years and how did you make sense of the world through the prism of this amazing household that probably exposed you to experiences that so many of us, can only dream of.
You know, till the age of 9, I used to live in a Communist Party commune, which was basically a large house with, large flat actually, not even a house, with individual rooms which were between 180 to 220 square feet, that's all. And a little strip of a balcony, which my mother had turned into a kitchen. Because all the money that my father was earning was being given over to the Communist Party, and he had only 40 rupees to bring up his family. Now, all that while that I was in the commune, we had one toilet and one bathroom for all 8 families. But that never became a cause for contention or anybody fought. You know, they were really tuned to the sound of a different drummer. What was important for them was social justice, India's pluralistic culture, equality for women. It were these things that were important to them. My parents believed that art should be used as an instrument of social change. So when we moved away and came to Janki Kutir, we had people like Faiz Ahmad Faiz, Begum Akhtar, Josh Maliha Badi, Firaq Gorakhpuri, all of them as house guests, you know. So imagine being on the one hand amidst poets all the time, and the other was theatre, because the people from theatre used to be there. So I remember as a child, I'd be very fascinated by Urdu and all this poetry and all that. And so I'd hide behind the curtain and I'd watch. And my father would tell me, you don't have to hide, come and sit with us. And then tell me that you are free to sit for as long as you want, provided you take the responsibility that you will get up in time to go to school. Because bunking school is not an option. So that made me feel very, very proud and very responsible that I am responsible for my... Yeah. So that's how it happened, you know, because I was surrounded by this beauty, and it was almost by a process of osmosis that I grew up in. It was an open house.
Yeah, so this is a segue to my next question. आपने अपने बचपन के बारे में बताया, and then you enter this industry, which so many people would say works through a template. You know, it's art as a means of change, as a message for society. A lot of people will say mainstream cinema doesn't work like that. You were an actor. Were you always conscious of your choices and how that will have an effect at large? Or was that something that, you know, you were also very lucky with Shyam Benegal and with the kind of roles that you were offered?
You know, the Film Institute, I was there for 2 years, and I trained in the acting course, and I passed out with gold medal for best student in acting. They were very, very important period of my life. It was the first time that I was exposed to international cinema of a kind I didn't even know existed. Because remember, at that time, in the early 70s, all you got to see was maybe one old Hollywood film. But you didn't get to see Kurosawa and Bergman and Godard and Fellini and all those people. So my aesthetics got changed by that. I was absolutely mad about Ingmar Bergman, and Liv Ullmann continues to be my favorite actress. So when I came into the industry, I mean, I was lucky because I signed 2 films even before I'd passed out of the institute. But then I think I've been lucky at being at the right place at the right time, honestly. And so Shyam Benegal and Ankur happened, and then there was no looking back. So choices kept coming my way, and I made choices, some of them hard, but my father always told me कि दिल से कोई चीज़ चाहो तो उसको करना चाहिए. So the choices that I made of the films that were doing were, yes, indeed, unusual from the characters that were going for women. But I was also lucky that there were people who were writing such things. And I was lucky that there were directors who were making such things. And lucky that there were audiences who were appreciating these films. So that's why it's really being at the right place at the right time.
No, I think you're also being very, very modest because, some of those characters that you've played, even say a film like Masoom, the complexity that we now say women characters must have because it's either standing on a pedestal or, they're completely vampish. You brought that human quality out and you, of course, did it in your inimitable style. Ma'am, if I were to ask you, can you share an experience or an incident that you think you had which was only unique to your gender? Because for someone who had such a democratic and such a lovely upbringing, when you step out in the big bad world, as they say, and you suddenly realize, things are not the same for everyone.
Well, mercifully, I've had very few such experiences, which is not to say that I don't know that gender bias exists, that we are a deeply patriarchal society, that roles are determined for men and women according to their gender. And patriarchy works in such invisible ways that it makes not only women victims of patriarchy, but men themselves. What do you mean men are not allowed to cry?
Yeah.
Men are not allowed to show emotions? Why?
Yeah.
Why are we saying that men and women should be so separate from each other? Bhai, if you have the yin and the yang perfectly balanced, then that's the perfect person to be, rather than all male and all female.
Yeah. Amazing. In the audience, I must acknowledge, I see Sanya, I see Rasika. Thank you so much for being here. Ma'am, you've inspired a generation of actors, and we obviously all love you. What is the message that you would want to give to young women who in the industry or outside, about how to tackle this? Because we've come a long way, but there's still a long way to go. We are where we are and what we are thanks to the women who came before us.
Choose your battles. Choose your battles. And then stay put on your wars. You can't, there's no textbook for feminism. Ye karo to hi feminist hu. Matlab, I'll give you intihai bewakufi ka example. I remember once I was in Philadelphia and I was ironing my husband's kurta. So this woman came in and she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm ironing Javed's kurta." "And you call yourself a feminist?" I said, "Excuse me, what does this have to do with anything? Does he iron your kurta?" I said, "I would not allow him to put the iron on my clothes because he'll burn it." Definitely. And please don't have these notions. You understand it in terms of the couple and what they want. I mean, the things that there is complete and total equality in the spaces Javed and I occupy due to our various professions. But also equality is not 100% equality. Sometimes one person उसकी बात मान लेते हैं, कभी किसी और की मान लेते हैं. तो अगर आप कहेंगे कि नहीं नहीं 50-50%, तो फिर then you'll be in trouble. So you have to have a little रस होना चाहिए ना लाइफ में.
Lovely. You know, ma'am, I could hear you all day. What is something that a lesson that you learned through your varied experiences? You've done different films. You are passionately working with your foundation. You meet so many different kinds of people. Something that Shabana, when she was 20, believed in, that now you feel has completely flipped on its head.
No, it hasn't flipped on its head. In fact, it's strengthened because for being the daughter of a poet who 70 years ago wrote Aurat, which means woman. And in one of his verses, he says, "Qadr ab tak teri taarikh ne jaani hi nahi. Qadr ab tak teri taarikh ne jaani hi nahi. तुझ में शोले भी हैं बस अशफिशानी ही नहीं. तू हकीकत भी है दिलचस्प कहानी ही नहीं. तेरी हस्ती भी है एक चीज़ जवानी ही नहीं. अपनी तारीख का उन्वान बदलना है तुझे. उठ मेरी जान मेरे साथ ही चलना है तुझे." तो आप सोचें कि 70 years ago he wrote that. That's the life he lived. And children, I think, really learn by example. आप उनको कितने भी लंबे लंबे lectures दे दो, मगर when they see what is happening in that family, that's what they pick up.
As somebody from the industry, which a lot of people will say only values youth, or says that women have a shelf life, or you know, what will you play if not the leading lady? How did you chart your course? Because it's amazing.
Because
it looks effortless.
But you know, I don't fight my age, and I think it's very pathetic to try and do it. To look healthy, to feel healthy is another thing. But I mean, after a certain age, the lines on your face are proof of the experience of your life. So embrace age the way it is. And when you embrace age the way it is, rather than try to fight it, then the doors start opening for you. So I know very well that obviously today the roles that I can get will be roles according to my age. And if I do that well and with conviction, more roles will be made available for more such women. So if you have played characters, even when you were playing leading lady, you managed to extend your life a lot. Because when do you make the change from being the girl song and dance wali into a character which can then become stronger that way?
Amazing. Shabana ji, you're an inspiration. Thank you so much for what you do, and I think there's just so much to learn when you speak about owning your age, when you speak about owning your truth. You do that in style, and you do that in a way that inspires all of us. I cannot tell you how honored we are at HT Fever FM that you agreed to be part of the Superwomania Awards.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.